I'm Michaela. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about my 1-year YouTube birthday. I don't know if that's what you call it, but I have had my YouTube channel for 1 full year now. So I just wanted to do like a recap of my first year on YouTube. There's another plant YouTuber who made a video like this and I absolutely loved watching it. Her name's Kayla's Plants and I'll link her channel. I think we may have started around the same time. If you like my channel, you'll really like hers too. It doesn't seem like it's been a year. It has been so much fun and I owe you guys the biggest thank you. I am so grateful to you for coming on this journey with me, and thank you for watching through the cringy beginning videos, and whenever you found me, just thank you so much for watching my videos and for all the kind words that you've said to me. I can't thank you enough. I've met so many kind people that I never would have met had I not done this. So yeah, it's one of my favorite things that I have ever done, truly. So yeah, we're just gonna be talking about like the adventure that it's been, and I actually get a lot of questions about people thinking about starting YouTube channels, so I'm just gonna like go over a little bit of information that I've learned in my very brief time of being on YouTube. So I started this channel just slightly before I opened my plant shop, but I mean it was all part of the plan all along. I thought it would be a good, fun and free way to promote my business and just like a fun creative outlet. I love watching plant YouTube, so I thought it would be really fun. So I thought it would be a good intersection of those two things, and it really has been. I've enjoyed it so much more than I thought I would, and so many viewers have become customers of my shop, and a lot of customers have become viewers, and yeah, that's just been great. Thank you so much. If you watch any of my videos, if you've ever bought a plant from me, I am truly grateful. Thank you so much. So I was definitely really afraid to start. I made several videos that I never ended up posting just while I was trying to figure out how to do it, and I didn't really like how they turned out. So it took a little bit of practice before I actually was able to film and edit something that I was okay with posting. But I mean, at a certain point, you just have to start, you just have to try. And my biggest regret is not actually starting sooner when I actually wanted to, because I was scared. But it's not scary. It's really not scary. I was afraid. I mean, we hear about a lot of like hateful comments on the internet, but and I know my channel is tiny, but I really have not gotten a lot of mean comments on YouTube. The only time I've really ever experienced that is when people post my videos to Facebook groups, and you guys know about Facebook. I really just try to stay away from the general vitriol that is Facebook. So you've got to just take that with a grain of salt, because Facebook is, I don't know what it is about it, but people just, it's so sad, pathetic. I don't know. Just the things that people say on Facebook, I don't even read it. It's not worth my time, honestly. So yeah, on YouTube, I really have not gotten mean comments. And that's not to say that I won't going forward, because my channel is very small, so that's definitely a possibility. But if that's something that's holding you back, just realize that whatever mean things people are saying on the internet is absolutely more of a reflection of them than it is of you, unless you are like being actively hateful or something, which I always like to think plant people aren't, but you know, there are some. So I was nervous to put myself out there, both for what I would get from like YouTube, in addition to like what would people in my life say? Are they gonna make fun of me, think it's stupid? But I have not gotten that once. Like people in my life, when I reluctantly would tell them that I have a YouTube channel, a lot of people who don't even like plants would come and watch it, and I think that's so cool. And they were just kind of really surprised that I even did this, because I am definitely one of the most introverted people that I have ever met. Which, I mean, I don't meet a lot of people because I'm an introvert. And I love being alone. I love solitary activities. I genuinely enjoy my own company. So I'm happy being an introvert. So I think people, it just didn't really fit with their perception of me. And they were surprised that I was able to talk to a camera. It wasn't, for some reason, hard for me to get comfortable talking to a camera. Like, I was a figure skater, a dancer, I did drama in high school, and I guess before that too, so this isn't really uncomfortable for me. But I think people think introvert, they think shy. I'm not really shy. I just don't, I don't know. I'm not really into big groups of people, or I only want to talk if we have something to talk about. Like, I don't want to talk just for the sake of talking, you know what I mean? So I don't know if that sounded mean. I love talking to you guys on here. So don't take my introvertedness to mean don't speak to me, because that's not the case. I'm trying to put this into words, but I don't have them. I think one of my biggest hangups was, like, all the advice that people give for starting a channel is film with your phone, don't spend any money on it. And I really tried to use my phone, but it was just too much of a pain. Like, I would be filming and I would get a text or a phone call and it would cut off my video or something like that. Or I'd run out of storage, which I've got like a big old file in my phone of just like probably 5,000 to 7,000 pictures of Bernadette. So, I mean, that could be part of the issue, and I guess I could go through those, but... So what I ended up using was a DJI Osmo Action, which is comparable to a GoPro. And I wasn't really happy with the way my videos were turning out with that, but that is something that's a little more versatile. I thought I would be able to use that for more things, and I do still use it. But for a video like this, I did eventually end up upgrading to a Sony ZV-E10. And if you're looking into cameras at all, you've probably run into a lot of information about the Sony ZV-1, and this is pretty much the same thing, but there is the capability to change the lens. So that is why I went with this one, because if I ever wanted to use a different lens or use this camera for something else, that is something I would be able to do a little bit more easily. And the price point is, I mean, I don't remember if it's like $25 or $50 more expensive, so it's very comparable. And I do use a microphone with this camera. It is a Movo VXR10, and that helps a ton with the audio. And I use that with my DJI camera also. And the audio quality, just all around quality of this is a lot better than the DJI, but what I was using it for is not what it's made for. So like, I still use it out in the greenhouse, and then when I'm like driving. I had in my head, you should not buy a camera until your videos are monetized, but I wish I would have just bought this camera from the get-go. It's too hard for me to try and use my phone. I edit my videos in iMovie. It is free. It comes preloaded on Apple computers, so I already had that. I do eventually want to upgrade to Final Cut Pro, but that costs money, so I just haven't done it. But yeah, it works really well. It's very easy to use. I'm not sure of what another alternative would be if you don't have a Mac. That's just what I have used. It's not something I've researched, so I can't make any recommendations there. And then I use the free music from the YouTube audio library. It doesn't have any copyright on it, so you can just download and use it for free, and you don't have to worry about getting a copyright violation. I know that is a big struggle for a lot of people. So that's what I use. I do tend to use the same music over and over, which I always like when I'm watching people's videos. It's like, I associate that music with them and I like that. So that's why I do that. If you've ever wondered why I like to use the same 5 to 7 songs over and over again, that's why. Okay, so my thumbnails I make in Canva because it is free. I am kind of looking into using something different, but in my mind, it's not really worth paying for something just because I don't, like, you don't see it once you click on the video, you just see it once. So for me, Canva does get the job done. I could do it better quality through a different program, but for now, I'm more than happy using Canva. And then probably the most important thing is an external storage drive. What is the one I have? I think it's like a Seagate One Touch storage, and I just now filled up a 1 terabyte one. Yeah, but if you're trying to just store all that stuff on your computer, you're probably gonna run into some issues, and on just like a USB drive, you're probably not gonna have enough storage for more than like 1 or 2 videos. Also, I think there is a misconception out there of YouTubers make a lot of money, or people start YouTube channels to make money from them. If that is your goal, you're going to be disappointed. Getting the videos monetized at all takes a lot longer than you might think it would. I mean, unless you already have a following or platform somewhere and that'll translate into YouTube, it's gonna take a little while to get to that 1,000 subscribers to get your videos monetized. And the way that that happens is you get invited to the YouTube partner program once you have 1,000 subscribers and like 4,000 or 5,000 watch hours, and then they put ads in your videos and you get to pick where you put those, or you can have it automatic and you get money from those ads. So that's how that works. Even like big YouTubers, that's not their main source of income. So don't go into it expecting that. It ended up, to get to that 1,000 subscribers and amount of watch hours, it took me about 8 months and about 50 videos to get there. There towards the end, when I started doing 2 videos a week, my channel was growing a lot faster, as well as when I upgraded my camera, because my videos were just all around better at that point because I had better equipment. My first month having my videos monetized on YouTube, I made about $75, and that was when I was doing 1 video a week. So while you shouldn't go into trying to make a YouTube channel with the idea that you're going to do it so that you can make money, or you are doing it simply because you think you could make a lot of money, because you likely won't for a while, but I mean, money is not the only reason to do something, but you also get out what you put in. So I mean, treat it like a job if that's what you're trying to do. So like with any kind of social media, you shouldn't just have one thing, because it happens all the time that something will get hacked or the platform will delete all of your content. So you should have more than one so that you can direct people somewhere else. From all the research that I've done, that's the one thing that kept coming up over and over again, was have somewhere else to direct people to, not just where you are right now. My time commitment simply for making YouTube videos, and I have started doing 2 videos a week again, so it's a little bit of a bigger time commitment. For just like a sitting down talking type of video, I usually spend about 45 minutes to an hour filming them, and I end up cutting a lot of that out because sometimes I just lose my train of thought, or I say something that I'm not trying to say and it just isn't what I'm trying to do. I don't write out a script. I just kind of think through talking points and then say those. I know a lot of people do write scripts, but I've tried to do that and it just doesn't really work very well for me. It's hard to watch and it's awkward and it's very like stiff. So I know some people can do that. I'm not one of those people. So I spend about 45 minutes to an hour filming those, and then probably about 2 to 3 hours editing. And I cannot sit down and do that all at once. I have to do that just in little sections because I don't focus for that long. That's not the way that I work. I can try to do that. However, I'm gonna be just sitting there for probably about 5 hours instead of 2 or 3 total, because I don't just sit down and focus nonstop for a full day. Doesn't work. So if I'm doing a video where I'm doing tasks like a plant chores video, those are my favorite to do. Those usually take me a full day to film. So it probably takes anywhere between 5 to 8 hours to film those. I'm really truly doing plant chores all day long, and I end up cutting a lot of things out or speeding it up. So yeah, I know you guys don't want to watch an 8-hour video. Those do take a little bit longer to edit just because I'm like adjusting the speed and the sound and everything and putting it all together in a way that makes sense. So those probably take about 4 to 5 hours to edit. And like I said, I do those in small increments. Whenever I start to lose focus or get bored, I don't force myself to sit there and work on it. I go and do something else productive and then come back when I'm ready to be productive. Yeah, it does take quite a bit of time, and I'm usually editing 2 or 3 videos at a time, and I just kind of do it in little pieces. Okay, so I've been talking forever, but yeah, thank you guys so much for coming on this journey with me. I've had so much fun, and I started out with my Mills bow video where I built this here Mills bow, and you can tell I kind of felt awkward talking to the camera, but the good thing is I started being goofy right away, which I was just acting like myself, and that's really important to do. Just be yourself. Don't try to pretend to be someone else. Just be yourself and film it. And I had a lot of fun making that video. It only ended up, I think it ended up being less than 10 minutes. My assistant is here. She's not usually very helpful. They're saying this is a 2-person thing. I think I can do it though. I'm fixing to do some stripping. So my next favorite video that I made was my propagation experiment, and that one is actually still getting a lot of views. I think I made that like last September, so that's really cool. I don't know about you, but like experiments and stuff and just seeing what works with plants and what doesn't is probably the most fun part. They're on my shelf. I have one tray with the Rapidophora, and then I have the Hoyas right there. So I'll be checking on them and let you know if there are any developments. But this is definitely the substrate that I assumed would produce the most root growth the most quickly. So, and yeah, you can already see, oh yeah, that's definitely the most roots out of anything. And then I did a few plant tours. Those always do the best. I think that's something that people really like to watch. I haven't done one in a while. But yeah, if you're looking to start a channel, do some plant tours videos because people really are able to find those pretty easily. And then we moved on into the greenhouse tour. That was the first time I showed it, even though I had it up since probably May. Let me tell you, I bit off more than I could chew with that big old greenhouse. Let's be real here. So that was the first time that it was like really presentable. It took a little while, but you guys definitely warmly welcomed me and my plant shop, and I try not to be, I try to make a conscious effort not to sound really like salesy in my videos, because I hate that. Like, I'm not gonna buy anything from you if you are like making emotional appeals or like manufacturing a need for your product that I don't need, or like using scare tactics. I don't like that. If you want to just come and hang out and take care of plants and like casually buy some plants, this is the channel for you. I'm not trying to force you to buy plants from me. I appreciate it very much when you guys come and buy my plants. I obviously appreciate that so much, But if you're just watching my channel and you have no intentions of ever buying a plant from me, that is fine. I am still so grateful that you're watching my videos. So then we moved on into my Philodendron and Hoya collection videos. Those were really fun for me to film. I had a lot of fun doing that, and those two did really well too. Get ready, because this is a really big one. This is my Philodendron Jose Buono. It's going to be interesting to repot it. And this is my Philodendron Billietiae. Oh, blew the fucking door open. It is incredibly windy today, and it just blew the back door open, which was somewhat alarming. Pretty soon into the new year, that's when I got my new camera. It was like mid-January, so I was trying to figure out how to use that, and at first it was kind of weird. It was not really, because it's so different from trying to use like an action camera. This was one of my first houseplants, and it has survived me learning how to not kill plant. Oh my goodness. And then my favorite series that I've started to do is the embarrassing plant stories. I had so much fun filming that, and I feel like it was warmly received also, and you guys also shared with me your embarrassing plant stories, and thank you so much for doing that. And yeah, if you ever have any embarrassing plant stories, feel free to send them to me on Instagram, and I would love to continue this series. But I've actually not even hardly made a fool of myself recently, plant relatedly. If you ever want to share those so I can continue the series, I can share your name or not. Yeah, I'm always open to receiving more embarrassing plant stories. He was a fiddle leaf fig that I named Gary. So anyway, I say to Gary, I said, "Hey handsome, looks like we're finally alone." What? Why? The next one I did, this is my best performing video ever, which is how I use Philodendron. And actually that is the video, well, probably because I've gotten the most views on it as I have on anything, that is the one where people are the most sassy. I don't know what it is about that stuff, and I say it in that video. People get really sassy about Philodendron. But yeah, it got shared in a Philodendron group, and there was some pretty spicy stuff being said about the video and me in this post that this person made, and it was just like, I ended up leaving that group just because I found people to be very hateful in there, honestly, about me and my content, because it was pretty much I was kind of the first houseplant YouTuber to talk about it, so that was really all they were finding, and then posting it in the group talking about how terrible I am as a person, and I don't need to see that. If you ever see people talking shit about me in a Philodendron group, you don't need to share that information with me. It's not my business, honestly. You can think whatever you want to about me. Okay, so the next one was when, I'm just going over the highlights here, it was when I rescued Gary. You may remember a certain fiddle leaf fig named Gary that I sexually harassed. And you guys have been so nice about Gary, and he's just, yeah, you guys really like Gary, so I'm gonna keep you in the loop on Gary's progress. Okay, so we're out in the greenhouse now. Bear with me on the sound. It's 100 degrees outside today. So Gary, you know I always have to show Gary. He's getting new leaves. Oh, maybe not up there. But he is looking so good. I'm so glad I got to rescue him. And then I ended up doing my first pop-up this year, and I took you guys along with me. Okay, we're here at the pop-up, and I'm really nervous. And then from there, this is, I think probably right around that time my mental health was kind of not great. So I haven't been doing as many videos just because it wasn't feeling as fun. But I've definitely had renewed energy for it lately and I've been really excited about it. So yeah. And then we got May. So a big part of my mental health there is just general tiredness trying to keep up with a border collie puppy. So yeah, but I love May, and yeah, you guys seem to like May also. And of course, you guys have been so nice about Bernadette, and I appreciate that so much. That means a lot to me because not everyone is. This was so exciting for me when Aroid Market sent me a box of plants. Today, we're doing something very exciting, and that is an unboxing. And these plants were very kindly sent to me by Aroid Market. I just was not expecting that to happen for a long time, and it just means the world that they picked me to help promote their business. And the plants are still doing really well, by the way. I'm gonna do an update video here soon. But yeah, that's just been my full circle 1 year on YouTube. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming on this adventure with me. I appreciate you so much. I would not be here without you. Thank you guys so much for coming on this adventure with me, and I am really looking forward to this upcoming year on YouTube and just seeing what all is to come. And I've got a lot of exciting things planned, so be sure to stick around if you like my videos or my plants or me or my dogs. I just wanted to once again say thank you so much for watching my channel and buying my plants, and yeah, just thank you so much, and I will see you again soon.